Where do your skill sets most fit? Where's there that perfect fit? That's what finding your niche is all about. And when you know where your niche is, it's easier to market whatever product it is that you're offering, to your in that particular space. And then sometimes you find that even when you found your niche, there's so many people involved in that particular area. And that's where your unique selling proposition comes into play. What is it that makes you different? Why should people come to you instead of your competitors? So that's why it's so important to find your niche and define your unique selling point. When you have that at the beginning of your career as an entrepreneur, the sky is the stepping stone. Again, what are some of the challenges that this model solves is to cut away the fluff. A lot of times as business owners, we sometimes believe that, we need a lot of so many other things to make our product, to bring our product to market. Now, what this particular model does for you is that it helps you think through. Now, for example, I want to train in the corporate world as I want to train. Okay, I want to train, but do I want to train in accountancy? I don't have the skill sets for it. Do I want to train in marketing? No, I don't have the skill set for it. But then I find out, do I want to train in team building? Yes, I have the skill set for that. So it helps you to just cut out, to narrow in to where are where your skill sets are. That's the importance of this particular model. And then, even if I want to train if I want to train people in team building, how do I do that? There are a myriad of people who are doing that. So how do I do that? That is my unique selling point. What do I do that makes it different from what other people are offering as team building trainers? Who should take this model and why they should take it? I would suggest anybody who wants to start out in business, who realizes that, okay, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to set up my own business. All right, so you want to set up your own business. This model is for you. It gives you the A's and B's of how to start out in your own business. And it's for like I said, it's for anybody. So it's a young person just starting out and you've decided from day one you're not working for anybody. But if you're somebody who wants to have a change of career, you're coming from you're coming from either the corporate world into entrepreneurship, this is a course for you. Don't imagine that because you've worked for somebody, you have all the skill set. This is a course for you. It just helps you to get yourself in the right mental frame for where you're going. And if you're somebody who wants to then increase your streams of income, it is also for you, because it then helps this new area that you're delving into. Even if you are an entrepreneur from before, you're coming into a new field, just brush up on all those skills that you needed to start out in the other ones. So those are the various people that I would say this model is very good for. Yes. Well, I'd say for me, the profound lesson that I learned is that there is nothing wrong in having competition. Competition actually is good. Now, and why is that? When you go into a field that there are a lot of people in, it means, first of all, that people are willing to pay for that particular product or service, right? So, and I thought that was like a light bulb for me, for this particular model. And then the other thing also about, and then the flip side of that, and why this model too is important, is the fact that, if you go into, it's not as if you cannot go into a business where nobody is at. but the struggle is much more. If you're prepared to go for, if you want to do all that struggling, why not? You can still go, but be prepared. That's what this particular model lets you know, that you can go for that where there's no competition, but some of the things you need to do is, hey, create the need in the first place. Let people be, not so much create the need, let people be aware that there is a need. That takes quite a lot, as opposed to an area where there are a lot of people. And then you can then define. It's a bit easier when there's a lot of competition to then define what makes you different and to focus on the people who will then buy your product because of that difference. My favorite aspect in this model is the drilling down. I like the drilling down. I like yes, this is what I want to do. Okay, this is the market I want to go into. Fine, but what aspect of that market do I actually want to serve? What aspect of that market do my skill set serve? And then, also I think it's very exciting to then look for, the market, who, and then defining that market. Do I want to produce plays for everybody, or do I want to produce plays for people who live in Ikoyi, or do I want to produce plays for people who live in Makoko? Hey, the world is my oyster. In the 21st century, for a 21st century business person, digital literacy is almost be digitally literate or die. That's how important it is. Being digitally literate is almost like the 19th to 20th century not being able to read and write. That's how important it is. Anybody who is not digitally literate in the 21st century is now an illiterate. And you don't want to be an illiterate in your era. So you need to, of course, it's continuous learning. It is continuous learning, just like you continuously learn in the analog dispensation. You are always reading, learning more about the world that you live in. And that's what happens with digital literacy, And then the thing is that with digital literacy, even the learning is almost at your own pace, at your own command. You find a particular application, for instance, and you play around and you learn more and more, and you find out that the various things you can do with this thing. That's digital literacy. It helps you to market your product. It helps you to save your time. It helps you have the world at your fingertips. Hey.